Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the radio guide, Dr. Mike Prince. As customary, we bring you weekly reports on men and women's basketball. This week will be no exception to the rule. We have on the line with us Coach Byron Smith of the Prairie A&M University Panthers, coming back from Pine Bluff. They're continuing to stay hot, 7-0 in conference play, 8 consecutive wins. Coach, how you doing, my man?
Doing well yourself, Mike.
Well, you know what? I dare not complain. First of all, congratulations, man. You're treading in waters that have not been customary in a long time here on the campus of Prairie View.
Yeah, we're just trying to make Prairie View Nation proud. Just got some young men that's working hard and just love playing a great game of basketball. And right now, just playing at a really high level. So we just hope it continues. That's the plan moving forward.
Well, playing at a high level is no doubt, winning 79-63 over a very talented Pine Bluff, Arkansas program. What was more impressive to me, Coach, you had good balanced attack, 4 players in double digits. Of course, Blackston still doing his thing with a double-double. But you guys were able to hold down what I had established as probably the most prolific ball player in the conference. No disrespect to anyone, but Matavius McKnight to be held to 13 points in 35 minutes and 4 fouls. That was an overall great job from everyone involved.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we always say, you want to attack the snake, you have to cut off the head. And, he's the head of the snake for Pine Bluff. As he goes, they go. And very accomplished scorer over the last year and a half since he's been in our league. And that was our game plan going in. We felt like we could neutralize him and make him uncomfortable and kind of play left-handed a little bit, if you will. That would increase our chances of being victorious. And so that was the game plan. And to respect everyone on the floor. Obviously, they've got good players. He's not the only good player they have, but he's the one that kind of makes them go. So that was our game plan. And from the way it looks, it seemed to work.
Well, now the Panthers are 7-0 in conference play as we get a wrap-up on this first half. Home stand against Alabama A&M and Alabama State. Now, here's something that should be recognized for those that are listening right now, Coach. You guys were fortunate enough after having that long stretch to be able to fly on this past weekend trip. How important is that for you guys getting back to home surroundings and getting rested up for your next event on this Alabama run?
I mean, rest is a big part of every sport, and just in life in general. Work. I mean, when you rest, you have a chance to perform at an optimum level. So it was really good. It's really good for us to get back and have today off, if you will. It was a travel day. We just got back today, but the rest of the afternoon, rest of the day will be devoted to rest. I won't say relaxation. I don't like to use that word. You relax when the season's over with, but to get some rest, to go to the training room, to get some rest and recovery, if you will, and then we're right back on the floor tomorrow. So it's really important. Especially this time of year. I think we're into 22 games or 23 games or something like that, 21 games. So it's important for everyone, but especially us. Been through a lot, traveled a lot. So it's really important. I think our guys understand the importance of getting rest and, being ready to go here in the next 24 hours back on the field.
Yes, sir. Now, Coach, I know you're always thinking about the next best game is the game on the schedule ahead of you. And without looking too far ahead of ASU, what are going to be some of your key attacks for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs?
I mean, obviously they are an up-and-coming team. I mean, they have coaching change. They have an interim coach right now who's working really hard. I think he's doing a great job. And I think they've won some games and, beat Southern and beat Alcorn last night, 71-62. So we're going to get everyone's best shot. We know that. Our players know that. And we'll prepare for that. But it is the most important game for us because it's the next game on the schedule. And our guys have bought into that. And we won't ever take anyone lightly. I always say this, Mike, we can beat anyone on our schedule, but anyone on our schedule can beat us too if we're not preparing and locked in. So, we're preparing. This is the most important game of our season. And it is, because it's the next game. So we take it seriously every day, night in, night out. And Alabama A&M will be no different.
Now, Coach, you have always spoken about changing the culture and the mindset of the basketball program once given the opportunity to lead the Panthers. My question is, how do you now get these young men to change their approach to practice as well as games and even off the court now that they have become the hunted versus being the hunter?
Well, smart people just continue to do the same thing, and you just go harder. We won't change anything in terms of how we approach practice and how we prepare. But what we talk about, Mike, is, trying to outdo your last performance. And that's even in practice, games and practice. You want to be better on Tuesday than you were on Monday, and you want to start mastering, things in practice, drills and things of that nature. So our approach will be the same. It's like life. You do the same thing over and over. It's repetitive. But you just try to be better on Tuesday than you were on Monday, better on Wednesday than you were on Tuesday. And that's our approach moving forward these last 11 games in our conference season.
Now, Coach, most coaches and even players have some quirky superstitions or rhythms that they go through. You got 8 consecutive wins. Do you have any superstitions or rhythms you've been going through on this streak?
Yeah, I think I'm kind of debating if I need to, change my socks. But I've had the same socks for probably the past 3 weeks that haven't changed yet.
Long as you're washing them, that's fine.
Yeah. Extremely, I won't use the word superstition, but I'll say extremely routine, creature of habit, doing the same things, over and over. And that's how we, like I said, how we approach practice and kind of, I guess, me, myself, kind of what I eat and things like that. And maybe sometimes what I wear, but I don't get too deep into it. I feel that preparation, meets opportunity. That's when you should be at your absolute best, and you go out and you just perform. So our preparation is what we really dive into, and their approach, and then execution. So those are the things that we look at. More than just being superstitious, we just want to make sure that we, carry out those 3 pillars of our program. And if we do that and if we're locked in and focused, I think our chances are pretty good to continue to be successful, Mike.
All right, man. Well, we're going to continue to be pulling for you and look forward to the conversations each week. Coach Byron Smith and the Panthers, 7-0 in conference play, 8 consecutive wins. They will next be on the hardwood, taking on Alabama A&M on Saturday and Alabama State on Monday. Coach, as always, man, thank you so much for the opportunity. He is Coach Byron Smith. I'm the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We will pause for the calls and we'll return right after this.
This is Patricia Baer, president of JZE Building and Restoration. We specialize in full roof replacement and roof leaks. We assist homeowners with filing insurance claims and help you with the full process from start to finish. We are a complete remodeling and rehab company for commercial and residential. We do drywall, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, flooring, fencing, paint, framing, and much more. We can handle any job, small or large. Contact information is 832-319-8477, JZE Building and Restoration.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth! I have a greater responsibility than you can possibly fathom. You want me on that wall. You need me on that wall.
Listen to The Mike Prince Show, weekdays on the Open Mic Broadcast Network.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As you know, this is our basketball segment. We have the women's basketball head coach for the Panthers, none other than Coach Sandy Pugh. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing well.
Well, good. Once again, we had the Mississippi two-step, then we had the Arkansas two-step. Now we get ready for some home cooking. Things seem to be turning the corner right now for the women's basketball program under your leadership. What's your assessment so far?
Well, we got to continue to guard somebody. I mean, that's the whole key. If we can guard, we can win. So, got to continue to put ourselves in a position to have some success. So, over in UAPB, I thought we did a good job defensively, and we allowed our defense to help the offense, so to speak. So I was really pleased with the overall team effort.
Well, when you almost double up, you were 1 point shy from doubling up. You got to say that's a pretty good night, in particular, as you mentioned, defensively, but offensively. And if you allow me to say, there was a Dominique Newman sighting last week. She had 11 points on additional Dobbins with her thing of 19, and Ford, who was becoming a staple in that post area with 10 points. It's always good when you can get three double figures in one night, correct?
Oh, no doubt about it. Actually, we were able to pull all of our starters late in the third and just go with the reserves the rest of the way. So it was, like I said, it was a complete overall team effort. I think Artie came down there at least 10 times, bugging the heck out of me trying to go back in the game. But, after I told her no the first time, I think she thought I was kidding. Like, yeah, she'll cave. I just have to keep asking her. No, you're not going back in the game.
Well, look, hey, when it's a night like that, you know what? Everybody's going like, man, I don't ever want to come out of a situation like this here. So, trust me, you understand what is being, as they say, what is what. So when the dust settles, right now we got a strong home performance. It's always about protecting the home court. And so we have the Bulldogs coming in on Saturday, and we'll have the Hornets coming in to end up this first half of play. Now, I know what the answer is going to be, but how do you assess where we are so far on this first half of the season?
When we right now we're sitting tied for first. There's like a 4-way tie, something crazy like that for first place. We plan to eliminate one team this weekend from that contention. So our goal is to just keep winning, to keep doing what we're doing, focus on getting better offensively, defensively, making sure, like you're talking about Dominique, we get her involved in the offense. And Jaira, you haven't seen Jaira step up her game yet. I mean, she got in the game the other night, got in early foul trouble and had to sit, but we've got to get her going, and we got to get that ball down on the blocks to those bigs and keep them engaged. We should have double-doubles from those kids each and every night. We're going to need that as we go down the stretch, so because the jump shot isn't always falling. So we definitely want to keep playing hard and playing with some consistency, but more importantly, playing as a unit, making sure the game goes in to out and then back to the end. So overall, pleased with where we are. Thought we donated 2 games that we shouldn't have. When you go down the stretch with Grambling, with your best 2 players sitting on the bench in the fourth quarter, most coaches will be like, you're going to lose that game. But, we had that game in hand and should have pulled it out. Just didn't do a couple things that we should have done. And then the game against Texas Southern, it seemed like they were on fire, and we were coasting. So we have a chance to return the favor coming up. So we definitely want to be ready to go for that.
I love the terminology donating the 2 games. I'm going to have to put that in the data system so I can pull it up later on. Now that you brought it up, and I wasn't going to bring it up, but since you brought it up, with the Grambling game, how do we not foul Hill to drive through on that last second shot and force her to go to the line?
Well, the situation was they went in. We knew Hill was going to take it. We knew she was either going to drive and kick out or, she was going to take it all the way. We just didn't do a very good job of managing the screen, the on-ball screen. Our switch wasn't there, and then our rotations didn't happen. I think we kind of got caught in the headlight watching. We still had time. We had 8 seconds, and I had no timeouts left, so I couldn't call anything.
Right.
But the opportunity to just take it down, and the rule of thumb is if it's under 5 seconds and you down one, run over somebody. Kind of thing. But we elected to pull up a jump shot that got deflected. Got the rebound.
Right.
So we had our opportunities. And we're not going to sit here and keep crying like the Saints fans. It is what it is. We take the L and live to fight another day.
I am so glad to hear a native Louisiana say that, because they'll be trying to hire a bounty man for me. But it is what it is on that. We're talking right now with Coach Sandy Pugh of the Panthers women's basketball program. You made mention of a couple of players or just now kind of coming in. Do you think that's contributed to them, A, still trying to learn the Sandy Pugh system, or just kind of coming in and just accepting their roles with a new coaching scheme right now?
Well, Dominique is a wonderful, wonderful young lady. I mean, just a phenomenal kid to coach. To me, her biggest flaw is, she wants to please everybody. And, we had to move her to the point guard. And so I think she sometimes get caught in between being on the wing and having to score and us needing her to score and being at the point guard position and having to control the team and the tempo and everything that's going on around it. So it's a tough task. And she's having her moments where she's struggling to juggle both. So we try to keep her at the wing as much as possible, but whenever we're in foul trouble or like we were this past weekend without the service of Sierra Shepherd, we had to move her over so we could have a 3-man rotation there at the point. But, we got to find a way to get her more shots. There's no doubt about it. I mean, the kid can really shoot the basketball. She's our best on-ball defender. I mean, she just brings so much to the table for us. And but we definitely got to figure out a way to keep her engaged and a part of the offense.
Well, absolutely. From my observation, I don't profess to be no basketball coach or guru or anything of that nature, but she has been so used to being the point directing and guiding, and she could always shoot, but just as you mentioned, it's almost like a balancing act. You got to know when to say, okay, I'm about to shoot this thing, almost like a magic instinct, if you allow me to put that in that frame. And I guess that's still growing, still somewhat young, considering the eligibility left, but can really be part of that missing link, as you made mention to. Coach, how's Hubcaps doing, by the way?
I just left him.
Okay, well,
just left him.
You be
I
sure
saw him a little while ago. He's doing great.
Yeah, you be sure and tell him that I said hello. Now, I know it's been a while that you've been here to get transitioned in, and one of the great things about getting transitioned and acclimated to, I'm going to still tenderly say, a new place here on the Hill. Have you found you an eatery that reminds you of home?
You know what? I just found one recently. There's a little spot.
Now, we're not going to call their names out because they're not a paid advertiser. So
there you go. They got to pay us for that. We got to get some money.
But you have found your little place, right?
Oh, yeah. The gumbo's great. I even found out that they had the crawfish the way we do it in Louisiana. So definitely happy about that.
How do you do it in Louisiana?
We don't put the seasoning and the garlic on top after we cook it. We cook all that inside. We boil outside.
You let it marinate.
Oh man, yes. And it's gotta be spicy. If my nose not running and I ain't wiping sweat off my forehead, it ain't good.
Well, look, child, not only the forehead, but the top of your head, the back of your neck. It's one of them deals where you have to close your eyes and just let it all run through your palate and everything else.
Now you gotta soak your top lip in a cold.
I lost you. You said in a cold what?
In a cold Coca-Cola, because sugar is the only thing that kills the heat.
Yeah, or some milk. She needs some milk. Coach Sandy Pugh of the Panthers are 5-2 on this final stretch of the first half of the season. Come out, support the Panthers as they'll be hosting the Bulldogs of A&M, Alabama A&M that is, and the Hornets of Alabama State. Coach, it has been a pleasant surprise and an engaging first half of this season, and I know you are still getting acclimated. You look good in purple and gold too, by the way. Let me tell you that. You know,
thanks.
Yeah, you're looking real good in that purple and gold, and I just want to let you know that we truly appreciate you and what you're adding to the program here. And with that being said, we're going to allow you some closing thoughts on this segment here.
Well, first of all, thank you, Mike, for having me on. Thank you all for listening and for supporting. And I definitely want to invite everybody out this Saturday, 3 p.m. We're having Honors Night, 3.0 and above student athletes. And then again on Monday night, it's military night. So we definitely want all of our military veterans to come out so we can acknowledge you. And we'll have a color guard out. So it's going to be a great weekend. Hope you guys can come out and join us.
Okay, and before I let you go, you know we got Super Bowl weekend coming up. Who do you have winning the Super Bowl, and what's going to be your score? Cowboy fan.
Brady Nation, Patriots, 27-17.
Brady Nation and the Patriots, 27-17. Well, we're going to have to agree to disagree on that one, but that's okay. It won't be our first, and I'm pretty sure it won't be our last, but I still have nothing but love for you. Coach Sandy Pugh of the Panthers women's basketball program. Don't forget, the tip-off starts at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time on Saturday and on Monday at 5:30. Come on out and wheel the Panthers to a 7-2 first half start. Remember, it starts 3 p.m. Saturday at the Hill. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. We thank you guys so much. Remember our social media handles for Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, or at The Mike Prince Show. The YouTube channel is Open Mic Broadcast Network. The website is obnradio.com. And the 24-hour dial-in message line, 713-570-6736. And until the next time, you guys be blessed, and we'll see you on the other side.